Hello, passionate Celtic FC fans. This is Celtic Central News, your exclusive source for Celtic updates. Before we kick off, we appreciate the incredible support. If you love Celtic, subscribe now, hit like, and let's build this community together. Now, on to the latest news. A warm welcome to new subscribers. Your support is crucial. Hail, hail. The football world is buzzing with a story that seems almost too sensational to be true, yet the whispers have grown into full-blown chatter among fans, pundits, and insiders alike. Xander Clark, the stalwart between the sticks, who has been nothing short of a hero for his current club, has reportedly turned down a contract extension that could have cemented his place for years to come. Sources close to the player hint that the decision wasn't taken lightly, that nights of contemplation and discussions with his inner circle have led him to a crossroads that many would hesitate to navigate. Celtic, with their storied history, dominant presence in Scottish football, and the promise of European nights that few clubs in the UK can rival, have emerged as the irresistible lure in this narrative. Supporters are in a frenzy, speculating endlessly about the impact of such a move on both the club he's leaving behind and the one he might join. The timing of this decision is crucial as it coincides with the early stirrings of transfer season, meaning whispers on the wind could solidify into announcements that shake the foundations of the league. What makes this rumor all the more tantalizing is the manner in which it has slowly crept into public consciousness. It wasn't shouted from the rooftops or released in a glossy press statement. Rather, it began as a subtle nod in local media outlets, a cryptic tweet, a fleeting comment in an interview that fans pounced on like a pack of wolves smelling blood. Each clue has been meticulously dissected by followers desperate to read between the lines, their online forums lighting up with theories, speculations, and some outright wild guesses. Celtic's interest, long suspected but never officially confirmed, now seems almost inevitable given the pieces falling into place, and the allure of a player of Clark's caliber is difficult to ignore. He has not only been consistent, dependable, and commanding in goal, but his leadership on and off the pitch marks him as a figure capable of galvanizing any defense. Conversations in locker rooms, whispers in corridors, and off-the-record hints from agents suggest a tug-of-war dynamic where patience, negotiation, and strategy intertwine. Fans from both sides are now glued to every movement, every cryptic social media post, hanging on to hope or bracing for heartbreak, depending on their allegiance. The debate around Clark's future has sparked an extraordinary amount of discussion, crossing boundaries between casual supporters and seasoned analysts who dissect every statistic and performance metric he has posted over the years. What's particularly fascinating is the narrative being woven. It's not just about a transfer or a new contract. It's about identity, ambition, and the allure of stepping into a stadium that roars with expectation every single week. Celtic, for all their tradition and glamour, are also a club that has demanded excellence and resilience, a place where failure is harshly judged, but glory savored beyond imagination. Clark, by reportedly turning down his previous offer, seems to be signaling a desire to embrace new challenges, to test his mettle against the expectations that come with wearing the famous green and white hoops. Analysts are quick to point out that this move, if it materializes, could redefine the trajectory of his career, elevating him to a platform where European competition, media scrutiny, and fan adulation collide in a pressure cooker that only elite athletes can navigate successfully. Every discussion, every rumor, and every insider tip adds fuel to the fire, transforming mere speculation into a narrative that refuses to be ignored. In the streets, pubs, and online forums where football is discussed with a fervor bordering on religion, the name Xander Clark is now synonymous with intrigue. Fans of his current club express a mix of sorrow and pride, acknowledging the undeniable talent they might soon lose, while secretly hoping for a farewell performance that will cement his legacy forever. Celtic supporters, meanwhile, are animated with a near-maniacal energy, dissecting past performances, debating style fit, and envisioning a squad reshuffle that could turn their dream season into a reality. There's a rhythm to these discussions, a pulse that mirrors the heartbeat of a footballing nation obsessed with drama, suspense, and the human stories behind the sport. Pundits on podcasts and sports shows analyze every angle, from contractual nuances to personal motivations, weaving together a tapestry of possibilities that keeps audiences coming back for more. The rumors, while tantalizing, are coated in layers of strategy, negotiation, tactics, and speculation about timing, all of which adds to the sense that a story of monumental proportions is quietly unfurling before our very eyes. Adding to the drama is the shadow of potential rival suitors, clubs who may have made their interest known but have yet to secure any form of commitment from the player. It's a delicate dance, one that involves balancing ambition, loyalty, and the practical realities of contracts and finances. In interviews, carefully worded statements and pauses have been interpreted as confirmation by some and outright deception by others, highlighting the tension between public perception and private intention. The media circus around this potential transfer is only intensifying with each passing day, bringing more leaks, more analysis, and more chatter that fuels speculation beyond control. Fans dissect every tweet, scrutinize every training session, and pore over every fixture, desperate for any indication of Clark's next move. While the story remains officially unconfirmed, the weight of circumstantial evidence is enough to ignite feverish discussion among supporters, pundits, and casual observers alike. In football, as in life, timing is everything, and every rumor carries the potential to explode into reality if the conditions align. As night falls over cities across Scotland, the narrative of Xander Clark's future continues to evolve, transforming what might have been a routine contract discussion into a saga of intrigue, speculation, and fervent anticipation. The interplay of loyalty, ambition, and opportunity creates a story that is irresistible to the modern footballing audience, blending drama with strategy in a way that captures imagination and dominates conversation. From local cafes to global forums, every whisper, every hint, every unconfirmed tip contributes to a mosaic that fans eagerly attempt to decipher, hoping to glimpse the final picture before anyone else. Celtic's potential acquisition of Clark, if realized, could redefine the landscape of Scottish football, injecting both star power and narrative momentum into a league that thrives on stories of heroism, controversy, and triumph. Meanwhile, Clark himself sits at the epicenter of this storm, balancing personal ambition with the legacy he leaves behind. A figure whose next decision will reverberate across stadiums, media channels, and living rooms alike. In football, as in theater, timing, anticipation, and drama are everything, and this unfolding story has all three in abundance. The speculation surrounding Xander Clark's next move has grown so intense that it now dominates conversations not just in Scotland, but across social media platforms worldwide, where supporters Analysts and casual fans alike dissect every nuance of his potential transfer. Each interview he gives, each subtle gesture in training, and every cryptic post on social media is scrutinized with the intensity of a detective following a lead, creating a narrative web that seems to expand exponentially with each passing day. Celtic, with their reputation for meticulous recruitment and strategic squad building, appear to have set their sights decisively on Clark, recognizing not only his technical abilities but also the intangible qualities he brings to a team, qualities that are often difficult to quantify but undeniably influential in a high-pressure environment. The rumor has triggered intense debate over how he would fit into Celtic's tactical setup, whether his leadership style would complement or clash with the existing squad, and what this could mean for the ambitions of both the player and the club. Fans, meanwhile, oscillate between optimism and anxiety, visualizing a future where Clark commands the goal with the same authority he has exhibited in his current team, while also fearing the potential heartbreak if negotiations falter at the last moment. What adds a layer of intrigue to this developing saga is the timing of the whispers themselves, coinciding with a period when Celtic are under pressure to reinforce their squad for both domestic and European challenges. The very fact that Clark has allegedly rejected a renewal offer intensifies speculation that he is motivated not by dissatisfaction, but by ambition, a desire to test himself on a grander stage where the weight of expectation is heavier and the glory is sweeter. Insiders suggest that the conversations surrounding this move have been deliberate and calculated, with agents, club representatives, and the player himself engaging in a careful negotiation dance that balances financial considerations, playing time, and long-term career trajectory. Social media threads have exploded, with fans analyzing past performances, tactical fit, and even psychological resilience, reflecting the obsessive attention modern supporters pay to every possible variable. Meanwhile, pundits on talk shows and sports podcasts hypothesize about the ramifications for both clubs, speculating on defensive stability, morale, and the potential knock-on effect on upcoming fixtures. Every nugget of information, no matter how small or unofficial, is magnified in importance, as if the very fate of Scottish football hinges on Clark's next decision, creating an atmosphere thick with anticipation, tension, and near-hypnotic fascination. The more details leak, the more the story morphs from a simple transfer rumor into a rich tapestry of drama and speculation, engaging audiences in a way few football stories manage to achieve. There's a tangible thrill in the uncertainty, a magnetic pull that keeps fans coming back to forums, news outlets, and social media pages to check for the latest development. Clark's potential move to Celtic is no longer just about a player switching clubs. It has become a saga about identity, ambition, and the often invisible pressures that accompany elite-level footballers. Observers debate endlessly about whether his skills, leadership, and temperament can withstand the expectations of playing for a club of Celtic stature, while simultaneously considering the psychological toll of leaving a club where he has built a legacy and earned unwavering respect. The ongoing rumor has also given rise to comparisons with other high-profile transfers in recent memory, examining how players have handled similar crossroads and what lessons might apply to Clark. Media coverage continues to amplify every whisper, tweet, and hint, transforming the story into a living narrative that feels immediate, dynamic, and almost cinematic, leaving fans hanging on every word. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In parallel, the dynamics within Clark's current club cannot be ignored, as discussions about potential replacements, succession planning, and locker room morale gain momentum in anticipation of a possible departure. Coaches and staff are reportedly assessing scenarios, weighing the impact on defensive stability, and considering how best to manage fan sentiment should the move be confirmed. The rumor itself has created a dual narrative, one of anticipation and excitement for Celtic supporters, and one of anxiety and uncertainty for those loyal to Clark's current team. Analysts highlight the delicate balance between the commercial and sporting implications of such a transfer, noting how the timing of an announcement can affect ticket sales, sponsorship deals, and even morale within the squad. Fans, meanwhile, engage in their own speculative strategies, from predicting how the player might adapt to a new league to imagining highlight reels of key saves that could define the upcoming season. The intensity of the rumor has blurred the lines between fact and speculation, with each new piece of information magnified in significance, ensuring that Xander Clark's potential Celtic transfer dominates not only football discussion but also broader cultural conversation across Scotland and beyond. Adding yet another layer of fascination is the psychological angle of this unfolding drama, as supporters dissect what Clark's decision reveals about his personality, ambitions, and career priorities. Is this a player driven by a hunger for silverware and European nights, or someone seeking a fresh challenge to cement his legacy in Scottish football? The speculation is rife, with every body language cue in training, every interview soundbite, and even social media likes interpreted as a cryptic signal pointing toward one conclusion or another. Sports journalists and insiders amplify these signals, crafting narratives that combine facts, speculation, and conjecture, creating a web that captivates audiences while keeping the official truth just out of reach. Celtic's interest, when paired with the player's reported hesitation to extend his current deal, suggests a complex interplay of ambition, loyalty, and opportunity, which only adds to the allure of the story. Fans are caught in a whirlwind of excitement, anxiety, and obsessive analysis, each theory adding to the collective anticipation as the footballing world waits with bated breath to see whether this rumor will evolve into one of the defining transfers of the season. As the story continues to unfold, the conversation around Xander Clark and Celtic has evolved into a cultural phenomenon that transcends the sport itself, capturing attention across podcasts, live streams, and discussion boards where footballing debate is both passionate and unrelenting. The anticipation, speculation, and potential drama combine to create a narrative that feels almost theatrical in scale, a storyline filled with ambition, emotion, and high stakes. Whether Clark ultimately chooses to don the famous green and white hoops or decides to pursue a different path, the sheer intensity of discussion surrounding his potential transfer illustrates how football, rumor, and human ambition intersect in ways that captivate audiences globally. Celtic's pursuit, the players' decision-making process, and the speculation that surrounds every step are now inextricably linked, creating a story that will be talked about for months, if not years to come. Fans, pundits, and casual observers alike remain glued to the saga, mesmerized by the interplay of loyalty, ambition, and the unpredictable twists that define the beautiful game, knowing that whatever happens next, this is a narrative that will not fade quietly into the background. Hello, fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.